Here's a fun fact for you. Organizations with high levels of trust in their leadership see a whopping 76% higher level of employee engagement. And get this, their people are 50% more productive. Curious how trust impacts your team's performance? Let's dive into this together in this video where I'll share 5 tips for building trust as an authentic leader. Welcome to the Unapologetically Authentic Leadership channel. My name is Brooke Bernard and I am a transformational leadership coach. This community is all about empowering high-achieving women in leadership roles to be their authentic selves. If you're new here, my mission is to help you reach your full potential by being who you are instead of who you're supposed to be. Get ready for validation, support, and resources to help you with those daily leadership challenges. Now let's talk about why trust is critical for leaders. I'm sure we've all heard it's important, but why? Trust boosts productivity, enhances performance, and creates a positive work culture. So how do we build this trust? Tip number 1, show your competence and create a sense of safety and stability. You can demonstrate your competence by staying up on industry trends and technologies that allow you to make the most informed decisions, do the best job for your team and your organization. It also allows you to help your individual team members with their own professional development by recommending them to different resources, articles you've read, webinars you've attended, conferences that you're aware are upcoming, and even books and podcasts that could be helpful. You also need to be a human. Share your stories, admit your mistakes, and be open about your challenges. No, and don't forget to laugh at yourself. Humor goes a long way. Tip number 2, lead by example. Be authentic. Role model authenticity. Show empathy and be consistent. Consistency is vital to giving people a sense of safety and stability. For instance, in my experience, whenever I was faced with a challenging situation, I would always make an effort to be transparent about my thought process and about the decisions I was going to make, in the hope of demonstrating transparency and authenticity to my team. Now, does this mean that I shared all of my personal thoughts and feelings about it? No. No, because then that would place undue burden on them and be inappropriate for me. So you can filter those things out. And I think as long as you're looking at it through the lens of teaching, that you are educating your younger staff members or just your staff members in general about what that process looks like, and what it is to be in that space as a leader. You are showing them, not just by words, but by actions, how to live the values you're espousing and how to be authentic, even during challenging moments, which is super valuable. So, of course, I'm recommending that you use your judgment and you choose what's appropriate to share and not. But I do believe that you can still share your thought processes and why you're making the decisions you're making. And then your team will feel more comfortable, inevitably more comfortable with the outcome. And what they're going to hear is going to change as a result of this situation and how it was handled. And they will also have faith in you. They will be able to learn for their own future decision-making processes and how to role model in front of their teams. So you're doing everyone a favor by just leading by example style. I've developed a free mini course. It's my professional investment in you and your development. And I have it linked in the description box below. It's called 4 Powerful Shifts to Elevate Your Leadership and Be More You at Work. And I do think that it is a really nice way to recenter, focus on who you are and what you want and why you want it, and build some good skills along the way. So enjoy. Tip number 3, prioritize transparency. This is so important because when people don't have the full picture, they start filling in the gaps themselves. They will talk with their colleagues, with their peers, and they will try to figure out the missing pieces. And they will try to figure out the motives behind things. And they will try to figure out what's going to happen next as a result of all these pieces of the puzzle that they have tried to fit in order to recreate the big picture. That never ends well. Never. So I encourage you, be transparent, share the big picture, give them the lay of the land so that they know what to anticipate and how it's going to impact them and how it's impacting you and how it's going to impact the work that you all do. For example, during team meetings, when you're talking about a new decision or a new plan or a new process, I encourage you to openly discuss the reasons behind the change and what your team can expect as a result of the change. And then do the scary thing, invite the feedback. Now, some of you might just be rock stars and already be really great at receiving feedback and knowing how to manage that conversation and what to do with it after and when to follow up and how to follow up on it. For those that aren't as comfortable, I just want to say your team is going to have those discussions with or without you. So be in the room for it. Take down their feedback. Sometimes the best thing that you can do in that moment when you know the feedback is going to be kind of tough is just tell them, I'm going to write down all of your feedback. I will read it over. I will think about it. I will get whatever information I need to fill in the information that you're requesting. And I'll talk with my supervisor about next steps and when I can share things. And then I'll get back to you. And then I think you just need to give them a timeline for when that response is going to happen. Will it be at the next meeting? Will it be via email? Will it be in a month because you need to have several meetings before you can give it back to them? But keep them appraised of the timeline. Encouraging feedback like this fosters open communication and dialogue that will inevitably strengthen whatever process you're trying to build, or even strengthen the team dynamic because you'll be able to think about how to work through things together. And they will feel better about whatever change is coming, whatever decision is being made, because you are involving them in the planning process, which is also an invaluable tip. Always involve your team in the planning process of whatever it is to develop the buy-in that you're going to need in order for them to be fully supportive and be good collaborators. Always. And tip number 4, cultivate deep listening skills to promote understanding and connection. Deep listening is definitely another superpower. Stay attentive. Be empathetic, non-judgmental, and patient. You don't have to agree with what someone's saying in order to listen to it. Giving people time to share their ideas or concerns makes them feel valued and appreciated, and is something that leaders should give generously. I know we don't always feel like we have the time, but it'll make a big difference in the connection you have with your team. For example, if a team member expressed a concern to me, I give them my full attention. I stop what I'm doing, close my laptop, mute my phone, close my door. I don't interrupt. I use all of my active and deep listening skills. I ask clarifying questions that let them know that I am listening and that don't take the moment away from them. Because my goal in that moment is to understand what they're saying, where they're coming from, and this is the hardest part, what they might not be saying. So that when it is my turn to respond, I can sit with what I've just heard And then I can actually give them a genuine response that is going to make the most out of this opportunity to do some good work with the staff member. Tip number 5, invest in the development of your team members to build loyalty and, of course, trust. Show appreciation, support their growth, learn about them, learn about their career goals beyond the role they're in, learn about their passions, their hobbies, the things they value in their personal life. Figure out what makes them tick, because that level of connection between you will definitely make them more open to everything you have to say, because they see you as a person who's wanting to invest in them personally and professionally. Professionally, of course, with all the skill building and different development and tools and resources and feedback and reflections and, but personally, just enough to make sure that you are demonstrating to them that you acknowledge they are a human with a whole life and not just someone who comes to work and sits at a desk and completes tasks. All these things will help you develop a full picture of who they are, and once they feel seen by you as a whole person, they are going to want to follow you in a much different way than they would otherwise. Great leaders lead whole people. In my experience, it was helpful to meet with my direct reports to assess what their career aspirations were. And then, regardless of whether it was to move up in the organization or to another organization or another industry, we would take stock of what skills they wanted to build and what experiences they needed to become the best candidate for that next opportunity. And then as a leader, I would look to see within my organization or within my professional network how I could help them build those skills or how I could help them have those experiences. And together we would make a plan. And I think that it's really, really valuable to invest in the whole person. So I always tried to get to know my team, what was important to them on a personal level, whether that was their family or their traveling or volunteering or hobbies that they had. But I think when you can invest in the whole person, that's what makes you a great leader, because great leaders lead whole people. As I say that, that sounds kind of cheesy, but I think it's so true. We all want to be seen as the whole person we are. So as leaders, do what you can to let your people know that you care and that you're on their side and you're invested in their growth. So which tip resonates most with you? Please let us know in the comments. And if there's a tip that I didn't give that has worked well for you, share the wisdom. In summary, building trust as a leader takes time and consistency. Be patient with yourself, because by following these tips, you can create a positive work experience for yourself and your team. Thank you for spending this time with me today and being a part of our community. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay connected and receive valuable resources. And please like the video so that we can spread the word and support the growth of female leaders worldwide. Let's keep inspiring change together. And if you're seeking personalized guidance and support, please connect with me to learn more about private coaching, and we'll level up your leadership together. Until next time, stay true to yourself, lead with purpose, and thank you for watching.